Majid Jordan, I'm really excited to talk to you guys today. It's really funny how life works this way. I swear, just a couple days ago, I was saying how Waves of Blue is my favorite song of 2021 so far. And then yesterday, I get asked to interview you, and I just feel like this is serendipity. This is meant to be.
Definitely.
Well, thank you so much. We're so glad you love the song. It's very important to us too, and we're so happy it's out and people get to hear it, especially now. You know, the world's starting to open up, the weather's changing. It's amazing. So thank you for having us.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for having me. And I know tonight you are performing it, the first TV performance on The Tonight Show, yes?
Yeah, we're very excited. Yeah. Waves of Blue on Fallon tonight. Yeah,
amazing.
It's our first time on late night TV as Majid Jordan, and yeah, it's shot beautifully. We can't wait for everyone to see the performance. We kind of gave it like a studio treatment, so you're gonna see us kind of in our element in the studio with like everything, the lights moving, camera and stuff. It's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait to see that tonight. And I want to talk about all the new stuff you guys got going on because there's a lot. But before we get to that, can we take it back a little bit? I want to hear about how both of you kind of started personally and how you came together and met.
So I'm born and raised in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to University of Toronto for 1 year. It's like a college here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was DJing, I was making music, I was producing. I had a friend who introduced me to Maj, and Maj was also at the same university.
Mm-hmm.
And through that small interaction, we started making music together very quickly. We developed something really quickly that turned into what Majid Jordan is.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
like just one chance meeting at a party, and next thing you know, we're 3 albums deep, and yeah, we're about to put out, like, Been Through That just came out, our newest single, Waves of Blue before that. And, you know, we're going to keep following it up with more and more music. And we can't wait to go on tour and meet everybody. There's so many things that we're working on right
now. Yes, that is exactly what I like to hear. And flash forward to today, years later, you're signed to Drake's label, OVO. No big deal or anything. What would you say has been the biggest lesson or thing in general that you've learned with working with Drake?
Oh man, just dedication, I think, to a certain standard, and a team as well, building a team of people around you.
Yeah, we've been able to build our own team and keep the same people, luckily, since the beginning.
Yeah.
The guy who introduced us still is our photographer, and you know, our management and just everybody that makes this really happen. Is the most important part of really, like, we're doing this for each other. So I think that's probably the most important thing that we saw from Drake, is that he does it for himself, but also to respectfully for everybody involved. And it's a big machine to really put together and to keep to maintain. So it's definitely, I look up to him for that.
Yeah, and not everybody gets that opportunity, you know, to be like, yo, here you go. This is your artistic, you know, whatever it is, a project, whatever you're going to work on. But here's an opportunity with what I know, what I've learned, to be something that works for me. You know, don't get involved with people who just look at you like, oh, you're going to make me money. You know, I'm going to work you like a dog. Oh, none of these things. We're lucky. We've never had to really, like, you know, face those difficult situations that so many artists, you know, unfortunately have to go through. So yeah, we're very fulfilled with where we are right now, and I think the music is going to speak to that.
Definitely.
That's amazing. I'm so glad you guys have been able to keep that kind of close circle, because that is super important. You guys are a team.
Yeah, community is everything. It's really where success is defined. So the more you can focus on that, as big as this thing might be, and you know, we're on a radio station with you, Haley, talking about our new single. It's incredible, but those things really are what got us here. And so you have to remind yourself of that. You know, all the accolades and everything are incredible, but we really do this for each other.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, regardless, I'm glad it brought you both to this moment right now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was a great question.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. And I know the past year and a half, of course, most of us on Earth have kind of been on a pause. You know, it's been a weird time, and you guys went on a little bit of a hiatus during the pandemic as well. What were you guys up to during that? Of course, working on this, but in addition to that.
We were making this album. We were really just exploring ourselves more. We were growing up. You have to experience life to actually make art. You know, you can't just be in a room making art. It becomes too confined and about nothing. So I personally learned more about myself and went within and what I really want to accomplish and what I want to do maybe outside of music as well. And so I think that is also reflected in the music. And I think it's definitely as crazy as a year that it's been, it was definitely a lot of self-growth for sure. Yeah.
Likewise, you know, I think it was a good time to recognize what I was deficient in my life, in terms of, you know, when you're isolated and alone, it's like, okay, what do I need to work on for myself? But what are the relationships, the intimate relationships that I've had with people that because music and everything was so busy and everything was happening, that I didn't maintain contact with. So I reconnected with a lot of friends and family and people in my life. And that was an amazing feeling. And I think just being aware of that constantly kind of maintaining those relationships is very important as well, because we have such a tight knit team that like we also have family and friends outside of that. So it was important to check in with people, make sure everyone's doing all right, you know?
Yes, absolutely. I would agree. If anything really good has come from the past year and a half, it has been that time to reflect and reconnect with people and be like, oh, I've been busy for years. I'm just stopping all of a sudden.
Yeah. And people are really isolated. You know, Toronto was like in a real lockdown.
Yes.
Like not that the world wasn't, but Toronto was like, I knew a lot of people that were living by themselves. So it was definitely a time to like really, you know, make sure everybody around you is good before, you know, you go into the studio and make music that reflects that time. So I think that music and life really go hand in hand with us. And that's such a privilege and luxury that we have, but we really, you know, it's taken a lot of time to really harness that into something that's healthy for us and for everybody. So, you know, we just want to give the world music, but we also want the world to, you know, just be comfortable in the moment and enjoy what we've already put out, so that we can really enjoy and take in what we're about to put out to the world.
For sure. Yeah. Well, speaking of giving the world music, a couple months ago, you posted a little thing on YouTube about an album coming. What can you say about the upcoming album?
We can say that the album is coming very soon. We can't give you a date, but we can give you that it's done. And that we're ready to release it to the world. I think this is the most concise, well put together album that we've done in our careers. And I think it's a real reflection of us as people. And I'm really proud of Majid. He put his heart and soul in this. And
likewise.
And it's a dream come true to make this once again.
Yes. Well, just judging by the singles that you guys have released, I believe every word you just said, Been Through That, as you mentioned, is the latest one. What was the process like putting this song together?
Yeah, Been Through That was, we made that in LA with a writer who's a friend of ours. His name's Rook. And Jordan just kind of, he does his thing where he samples and pieces together music off of pre-existing sounds and songs that we may have that are just kind of ideas. And then just writing on top of that and just making sure that the lyrical content was locked into a melody and a rhythm that complemented it. And I'm really happy with the song. It gives us a lot of movement, you know, it's got a good, like, danceable sound. And that's really what we wanted to achieve, especially with the content, you know, because the content, it talks about things like, you know, going through troubles and overextending yourself and feeling unappreciated or unheard, but not kind of wallowing in it, more so moving through it. And it's like working through it.
Yeah, you got to just let the emotions pass through and hopefully you can dance through them.
Yeah,
you know, and when you see other people dancing through them and kind of like going through something else, it really helps you to deal with it. You know, it's hard to do that in isolation. So it's crazy because we actually wrote that song. I wrote that song with Rook, before the pandemic. It's just crazy how some songs resonate at different times in your life.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah, we thought that was the right time to put it out.
Yeah.
For sure. And just to confirm, you guys plan on touring this album, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Love to hear it. Thinking back on all the performances that you've done, because I'm sure there's a lot, what was your favorite performance, do you think, that you've ever done?
There's a couple of memorable ones. For me, I'll never forget the first time my parents heard me sing live. We brought them out to London on our first world tour. That was an amazing time. LA.
LA was
a crazy
great.
show at the Wiltern.
Bahrain was amazing.
Bahrain and I did a homecoming show. That's where I was born and raised. It's an island in the Middle East, and Jordan got to come out and meet everybody there and get the experience, go to the desert and stuff like that. So yeah, that was an incredible show too.
I think for me, that was definitely the best show that we played. That was like a real homecoming, real full circle moment to spend so many years away from home for Maj and come home and have thousands of people singing the songs that you wrote in another country.
That sounds so nice. There's got to be something special about performing in your hometown, for sure. And just in that moment.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And it's so funny because when we went on our first couple of tours, there would always be someone with a Bahraini flag in the audience and they'd be like waving. And I mean, I'd find them every time. And like after the show, they'd like DM us or tweet at us or something. And then like I'd be able to find everybody. It's amazing. You know, the world is, it's connected, and I feel it's more connected than ever before, and people are on the same, they're kind of moving towards this same page, you know. We want the same things for ourselves, and we're realizing that, you know. We want the same thing. So it's now a matter of how do we, with the best of intention, give that to everybody, because you know, everybody deserves that dignity and love and care and representation. So I'm just here, and I'm aware, you know, I'm repping Bahrain everywhere I go. He knows that, and he's and we're received with open arms at different places. You know, if we go to Maine, we go to Boston, wherever we go, it's like they're so accepting, the people at our shows, and there's no greater feeling.
Absolutely. I'm glad you guys get back out there and experience that again. We're so ready for concerts to just start, so I can't even imagine how ready you are to get back on the road with that.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're so ready. And like, we got to come and see you out there. You know, you got to come out to a show. We'd love to have you.
You know, I'll be there, you guys.
I already know you know the words to Waves of Blue.
You already know I do. I'm going to have a whole interpretive dance by the time you tour as well. So
okay. If you do come up with one before, please post it online, because I want to see that.
Now I have to. I have homework for the weekend.
Okay, perfect. I can't wait to see. Get as many people involved. It'll be amazing.
Yes.
If anyone's listening, if you come up with any interpretive dances to Waves of Blue, please post them online. We'll watch them.
This is the call for that right now. You two have
interpretive only.
Interpretive only.
Yeah, only. Yeah.
No choreography.
No
time for that.
Exactly.
You guys have already collaborated with some just top artists, obviously Drake, Party Next Door, Khalid. And I swear 9 times out of 10, when I ask someone this question, who they would love to collaborate in the future with, they say Drake. You guys have been there, done that. It's in the past. I want to know who is on your dream list of people to collaborate with in the future.
Oh man.
That question always makes my mind like explode, because there's like 100 people that I want to make music with. It's like depending on the day, you know, like depending on like what I've listened to that day. There's so much great music out there, but there's also, you know, so many other Toronto artists that haven't been discovered that I would definitely love to work with. There's a great DJ named Bambi, incredible producer, a guy out there named Jordan Gardner, who's been a friend of ours for a bit. Both of them are DJs. Charlotte Day Wilson, I would love to work with.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just think about where I'm from and how much untapped global talent is there. You know, that should be globally represented. But
you should check them out if anybody's listening. Yeah, Bambi, Jordan Gardner, Charlotte Day Wilson. Even we were hanging out with Kate Trinata the other night. Like, would love to make some, you know, dance music with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are probably the ones freshest in our mind. You know.
Yeah.
That's a great list. And I feel like the past few years, maybe we've been getting some really solid R&B. I will say, I feel like there was a lull from maybe the early 2000s until a couple of years ago. And you guys have really contributed to that great R&B kind of making a comeback. So I want to know, what have you guys been listening to lately and just loving?
Well, we were having a conversation the other day with P. Diddy, and he was a part of so much R&B back in the day. He's known like Bad Boy Entertainment and the rap side and Biggie, but he is truly an R&B lover. And he was saying that his mission right now moving forward is to bring more R&B to the world. So if in any way we can help, just be present, come go. If he's doing a show or wants us in the studio for anything, like, I think that's the best way to help bring it back to the forefront in any way possible, because those are the people that really started that whole movement in that era. So we respect that, and the music we make is truly inspired by them, and we just want to pay homage and give ourselves to whatever it is they need. That's really it.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like we're manifesting that, you working with Diddy, because I really would just love to see that occur.
That would be amazing. And in any way, in any shape, any way or form, if it's just instrumental or just some hums or harmonies in the back, like we're there, it's like we have such admiration for what he's done and for that era of music. You think of all the groups, like
anybody we've really collaborated with, it has really been in a way that I think it's like really important to state this as well for like other artists or musicians or anybody listening that is in arts. The collaboration never is really spoken about for us, like it's something that happens after the conversations about what you're trying to accomplish and who you are and why you do what you do. It's never really like 3 p.m. let's meet in the studio and let's make a R&B song. So it's never really been like that. It's always been like you have to live life and be influenced and
it happens.
Be open to it. You got to just be open to that idea of like working with other people is the reason why I do what I do. I make music because I make music with Maj. I don't know if I would necessarily make music if I would make music with somebody. I like sharing that moment with somebody else, because as much as it's cathartic for me, it's for both of us to enjoy.
100%.
Yeah.
I saw that you guys posted that you're looking to start a community soccer team in LA. Please tell me the details. Let's get the word out. What's going on with that?
If you know any ballers in Los Angeles, we're looking for proper ballers.
Okay.
And we need, I'm thinking of getting 20 people. I need 20 people. So my initial idea was to start just a men's community team, but a lot of women started messaging. So now I'm thinking we need to make a co-ed team. And then maybe we'll just play on different days or whatever it may be. And just, I want to rent a field. I want to get people involved, kids and stuff. People were like, I'm just going to be the soccer mom. I'm going to come and bring snacks. Because people are like, yo, whatever you need, I'm going to sell food on the side, like refreshments for people. So it's like, it's become this whole thing in just 24 hours. I actually went to go meet a guy named Pera. He runs a soccer league. And I was like, this is maybe too advanced right now for me to develop a team and then take it to a league. But I think we start with just a time and a place weekly and then take it from there. Make shirts,
You need shirts, yes.
Yeah, we need some shirts. I'll send you a shirt if we make the soccer team, for sure.
I'll hold you to that. I'll do my dance in the shirt.
Okay. Oh, so it might take a while, because I gotta find a place to make it, get the logo. Yeah. I think the team's gonna be called SC Favorito. Sporting Club Favorito. That's the first time I've ever said it. I guess that's the official name.
And I'm honored to hear that. And I am sure you will have no problem getting 20 people for this team. Are you going to do tryouts?
We're doing tryouts. And honestly, people have sent in.
I'm going to be doing the tryouts like this.
Yeah, he's not saying anything. Good. I think it's important. We think it's important, aside from music, just connecting in as many ways as possible. Sports is one way, the arts is another way. And we have people who are friends of ours that work in so many disciplines. So acting, comedy, film scoring, all that stuff. So we're
radio now.
Exactly. And that's very important. We want to build as many relationships as we can, because sky's the limit really for everybody.
How can we basically facilitate other people to meet and do what they love.
Yeah.
Is really, I think, like the root of everything, you know. I might start a bowling team because I found like a new love for bowling. I've gone like 3 times this week.
He won both rounds last night.
I went 3 times this week.
You're
And
natural.
I might go twice today.
Yeah, you should go twice today after
gonna go
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm that guy who just sits at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
In the same shades.
Yeah,
The
with
shades
the
again.
same shades, the toothpick in my mouth. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make
Living the
music,
dream.
but you know, I'm really just trying to bowl a perfect game.
Wow, that you guys can do it all. I can't.
So you're welcome to play
Yeah,
soccer, come
anytime.
bowling, as well. You know, if you're in LA.
I'm not good at either of those things, but I will be there with snacks and dance moves.
Okay.
For sure.
We love it.
We'll get the
We love
sample platter so we can try it.
Perfect. I watched your genius video that you did about Waves of Blue, and I heard you say you love places that are naturally beautiful and also remote. And it got me thinking, I can't think of a better place that is exactly described that way than Maine. So you guys have to come sometime.
Where would you say is a place in Maine we should check out?
Oh, well, there's so many. So we are in the Portland area, which is southern Maine. We have a national parks you got to check out, just gorgeous mountains, the ocean. I really think you would find what you're looking for here.
Okay, we need to send photos. Like you got to send us some locations because we'd love to. I think that's our next plan after this album comes out, is to just go to remote places and make music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My friend already, I have a friend who's in Bali. He's like, you got to come to Bali and make music out there. I was like, I'm down to go wherever, you know.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had an opportunity yet with all the touring and stuff.
Right. Well, I will definitely send you photos to entice you. But here in Maine, our state motto, because we're all very wholesome here, is the way life should be. So I want to know, according to you two, what is the way life should be?
The way life should be. The way life should be is the way you should be. You got to take care of yourself to see it in your environment. So I think the way you are is your environment. And I think maybe we're trying to find those places of natural beauty because we're trying to discover it in ourselves and try to put ourselves in that too. So I think life is definitely what you make it. Yeah.
I feel like I agree with that. And the way life should be is the way nature is. There are cycles, but day to day, there's a lot of randomness. So if you're planning, understand that things may repeat themselves and come up again, but don't be too rigid. You know, don't put too many rules in place. Life should be as nature intended.
Flowing. I love that. Thank you guys. Those were great answers. And it was so great getting to know you.
Likewise, Haley. Yeah, you're amazing.
Yeah.
You're amazing. I can't wait. I'm going to watch Jimmy tonight, of course, but I'm just so excited for the album. So keep it coming.
We'll keep you posted. Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yay, great to meet you guys. Take care.
You too.